Hello and welcome to the Nova Show, Real Estate Records. I'm Danna Castro, your host for today's episode, and today we have Gayle Jex and Jaime Davis. Gayle and Jaime are Utah real estate professionals known for their collaborative approach, strong client relationships, and ability to guide buyers and sellers through the process with clarity and confidence. Working together, they bring different strengths that complement each other and create a well rounded experience for their clients. Today, we're diving into their journey, how they operate as a team, and what they are seeing today in the real estate market. So, thank you so much for joining us, ladies.
Much for having us.
Yes, of course. For our listeners, could you introduce a bit about who you guys are?
Yes. My name is Gayle Jex. I've been in the real estate market for about 20 or industry for 25 years. And I've done a little bit of everything over the 25 years.
Yeah,
I am married, have 3 children, 2 grandbabies, and just living life.
that's great.
The new
Yeah.
grandbaby life.
Yeah.
I bet it even comes into our office space. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Grandbabies are part of the private babysitting and you do little bundles of joy. So yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. And then,
I'm Jaime Davis,
yes.
and I've been licensed for 21 years. And I kind of feel like I've done a realm of things as well. But the reason why I got in, I had my youngest, who's 21, and I knew that I didn't want a boss telling me when I had to be at work.
Yes.
So it was like this challenge of, can I do this? Can I create my own business? Can I raise my kids and be there for everything? And so that's what I did. And along the way, I've met amazing people like Gail. We'll tell you a little bit about that later. But
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I did about 10 years in new construction during all of that time, I've worked in all 4 counties, worked in different teams, amazing teams, and this is the best one yet. So,
Oh, that's so great. Well, how did you guys decide to work as a team together? How did you guys find each other?
okay, so this is the fun story. This is by far our funnest story. Is that in I think was it 2019? 2019. I had booked a trip to Bali, and it was right before I was getting ready to go. I was doing a real estate. I had some clients, and I had put an offer in on a property down in Orem, and we didn't end up getting it. But it turns out that I had already coordinated all of that. I had then gone into my Bali retreat text message and realized that the agent who had rejected our offer was Jamie.
Oh,
So I was like, "Oh, this will be fun,"
yeah.
except of course it was, I mean, even that was wonderful, but I was like, it was worked out perfectly. So as soon as we get on the trip, we become fast friends essentially, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, you're the agent." Da, da, da. And then from there, so in Bali, we spent 2 weeks at a yoga retreat, touring Bali, doing all the things, and yeah. And so from there, we like at one point as part of the yoga retreat, this is sort of a funny story. It is funny. We're in one of the classes, and one of the activities is that you have to stare into the other person's eyes
Oh, wow.
for X amount of minutes. You
Yeah.
can't, you just have to keep looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Jamie and I get paired up. And as you can see, Jamie has these beautiful sparkly eyes, and she can pierce anyone's soul in a heartbeat here with these beautiful eyes. So she comes, and I'm not. This is the difference between her and I. She comes over and she stands in front of me, and she is looking at me and looking at my soul, and I'm like, oh gosh, she's like, I'm like, what? I was like, and yet it was such a cool moment and whenever you do it, whenever you have a moment to sit and to gaze into someone's eyes for, say, 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it is, so intimate. Oh, it's so intimate, and you learn something. And so by the end of the trip, what was so cool is that we were talking about it, and Jamie was getting ready to start a new job with a new construction builder. And so I was like, Jamie, that's awesome, blah, blah, blah. But listen, you're working your guts out. You're working so hard, like you have no life of your own. I said, when you're done doing that, go enjoy that. But when you're done, call me. Let's get together. I think we could kill it in the existing market together. And so we left it at that. After that, we became dear friends. We go on river trips together. We've traveled the world. Yeah, we do all the things.
Huge group of beautiful women friends that we get to live life with. So
Yeah. So during that next couple years, we're just doing all these things. Jamie's loving. And I'm doing the existing market. As we all know, the market over the last 5 years has been wild. And so here I am over on the side as a solo agent doing all the things. And I am just like, oh, I hate to say drowning, but it was just a lot at that time. Grateful for all the business. And I was like, there's got to be a better way to this. We've got to figure this out. Had an assistant, had everything, but it just wasn't right.
Yeah.
And so, Jane, you take it from there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, I took a break. So I love, and it was such an amazing team where I learned real teamwork. And so Gayle had, we're solo agents. A lot of us work alone, and it's an interesting industry and profession to have. But I can see how a team can be so incredible. And so there came a time where Gayle was like, this is the real story. Gayle always is looking at how she can improve, how she can be better. And we were heading out on a river trip, and we'd always share like the hotel before we get out, and we're working away till midnight. That's just like what you do. And so she said, you know what, this next year I'm doing social media, I'm doing marketing like in a different way. Like I want these last years to be my best. Like I want to prove to myself how much I can do, like what I can accomplish. And so we are watching her, and the social media is coming out, and she's really seeing the change and the difference, and she's just getting flooded. And she's so she's getting what she asked for, right? And she was just overwhelmed. And so we were on a trip. I had taken 6 months off after I had left my time with to heal my nervous system. I mean, I was like, she's sort of, yeah, most of my life. I mean, I was a single mom, hustling, you just do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, there came the time where Gayle was like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm like, well, I can help you. I'll just come with you on your appointments. So landed Monday morning, we're like off working together.
Literally.
And what's so funny is our cute client, Ruthie, was our very first appointment. And she's
82 years old.
She's the
building a home.
ever. And Gayle has known her because she went to high school with
Her son.
her son.
So I went to high school with her son back in Maryland.
Yes.
And here I am. And I had helped her buy another house. Her husband since then had passed away. And now here it is, I think it must have been at least 20 years after since I'd helped her buy her house. And here we are helping her sell her house and build a new home.
Oh my
Like-
gosh.
Like at 82. Like what a rock star.
Yes.
What a rock star she is. So I'm like, listen, you got to meet Ruthie. Ruthie's amazing.
Yes.
So she comes with me to Ruthie.
And then we're walking out of the appointment. Ruthie's like, so are you guys working together? It's our first appointment.
Yeah.
Gayle's just overwhelmed. And I'm like, so rested after 6 months of a break.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you going to work together? And we're all, yeah, we are. And she's like, yeah, you're kind of like a yin yang. And we're all, okay. And they kind of started from there.
Yeah. That is such a great way to get to meet each other, and it's just like a big circle.
And we both it's one of these things where if you look at things in life and you see that everything that happens as it does, and it's greater and bigger than any of us realize. And I think we had put it out there. And so 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when we left Bali and we were hopping to say, we'll see you later, we were like, no, I think we'll work together again sometime. So it was so beautiful that, again, in the right timing, in the right place, the universe gave us and delivered at the right time for both of us to be able to join together, create a team where we can best take care of our clients and enjoy ourselves in this time of our lives.
Yeah. So then how do you guys feel about your guys' team dynamic? Is there a cut responsibility? This person does this and this person does this, or you guys just tag team everything?
Do you want to take that?
Yeah. Well, I feel like when you start working with somebody, it's a relationship that you're building.
Yeah.
And I think that it's been about 2 years from when we started working together till now. So we met in a space of transformation. We continue to live and lead that life of transformation. And we're in such a good space of flow. I feel like we work together truly in flow. And it's taken, just like any relationship, right? It takes time of how you work, how I work.
What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths?
Yeah.
What can we each bring? It's like any partnership.
Right.
What do we each have to offer to best provide the best opportunity or experience for our clients. And so for me, that's the biggest. Jaime is amazing with details. Jaime has a beautiful articulation, as you can tell. She's able to really articulate things and explain, and and she helps everyone to feel warm and included and all of the things. And so for me, being able to, although I love people and I've been in the business and have been able to continue having, clients and repeat business and having that referral business as so much of my business. Um, I've learned so much for Jaime on how ways to expand and increase ways to help our clients.
Yeah.
And that's been one of the things that I've been able to learn from Jaime, and it best helps our clients.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That is so sweet. What do you feel like you have learned from each other?
So much.
What's like the thing that's really
I've learned
stuck with you?
so much from Gayle.
I mean, truly, we can't swear, she's a rock star. But she is. She's a freaking rock star. She's amazing, incredible, and the way she runs her business, it is the relationships that she has is just proven. We know she has incredible relationships with everybody in her life. It matters. The relationships matter to Gayle. And behind that, though, she has a system. And over the years, she has built a system. And when I started working with her, it's like I could see that Gayle has built her business in a way that works for her, that is at a level that literally every day she's like, okay, what can I change? How can I improve? What can I do? And ultimately, that is how her systems have grown. And then, about a year and a half ago, we hired an admin assistant. And so
Full time. Yeah.
yep, full-time assistant. And at that point, we had Sierra is her name.
Yeah.
We had her for just over a year, and she's from Guam, and she ended up moving back to Guam. And so Gayle and I are again in a transition where we're figuring out what the next season looks like and who we need to come in and support us on what we are envisioning and growing into. But ultimately, Gayle also has helped me as I have really stepped into using more of my voice over years and years. But also to bring it in with real estate. It's hard conversations. It is, all of the important things that we need to be providing and communicating with our clients. Gayle shows up. It's all the warm and fuzzies and the, hey, you need to hear me on this. We're walking through a home telling somebody how they need to present their home. And it's like, but this is for you. We're going to be hard. We're going to pick your house apart. You might not love it. It might not feel great, but I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to shoot it to you straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never said that in my life. But I learned from Gayle every day. So it's amazing.
That's great, guys.
So yeah, I'm more the hard A and she's more the soft A. That's really how it goes. But I'm
Taking the hard A.
and now we're kind of coming in between. I'm softening my edges. She's tightening up hers.
Yeah.
And so I think there's the yin and the yang of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, how long have you guys been realtors?
I've been in business 25 years.
25 years.
21.
21?
Yeah.
That's great. How did you guys kind of get into the business? Like, I would love to hear kind of what brought you in.
So for me, I grew up moving from place to place as a child. My dad was in the military. So I think it was by fourth grade, I had moved 14 times all across the United States. And so we finally moved to Maryland in fourth grade. And it was the first time I literally felt like I had roots anywhere. And for me, my parents hadn't owned a home. And so like we were always renting a home. We were still moving, but at least staying in the, DC area.
Yeah.
And so I remember I must have been about 14, 15. There's a magazine. Maryland is a disclosure state. So they disclose everything about the pricing and everything of their homes when they sell. So there was a little community magazine called the Gaithersburg Gazette. And I remember it would be delivered on Wednesday afternoons. And weirdly, I would go and I would dig through the magazine and I would look at all the different areas across the county and see what homes had sold and for what prices. I had no idea. I had no idea what I was doing. It just was interesting to me.
Yeah.
And so by the time that, of course I would then get all the grocery magazines and all that stuff too. But, the point is I ended up coming out to BYU, going to BYU, got married. We moved back to Maryland and I taught, I ended up being from about 15 on, I was actually a summer camp administrator director for a camp of 500 kids. And so that was a dream in itself. Loved that. And then taught before and after school care programs or directed before and after school care programs, as well as taught elementary education. So after 5 years of being, Bill and my husband and I moved back after graduating from BYU, lived in Maryland, did all the summer camp stuff, taught school. And then we came back out to Utah because we couldn't afford to live the lifestyle that we wanted in Maryland. I came here with our family and I was like a real estate agent who is still a real estate agent today. She was this really cute single mom who drove a Suburban and she was fantastic. She made real estate look fun and cool and normal. Back east, like all the realtors looked way too fancy for me. They have these long fingernails, these big, everything. And I was like, that's not me. I'm not fancy at all. I could never do that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but when I came here and I saw this cool agent and she was cool. And I was like, I could do this. So after living here 1 year, having one baby and another baby in tow, I was like, I'm going to real estate school. And that's how I started.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That that is awesome.
and then the other cool part of all of that was that in the neighborhood that I lived, a lot of the guys in the neighborhood were either builders or developers or something. And so
Wow.
I found a little niche really quickly when I started that a lot of these builders were looking for lots. And so from home, as a mom, I could actually go and find all the information at all the different cities of all the land and lots that were coming available and then market it to builders and say, hey, I know about this lot. I know these. Here's or da 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 da. After that, I did a little developing. I got to develop a couple subdivisions and be part of that. And so, and again, it was perfect for that time of my life as being a mom and being home. I could carpool and then throw my kids in the car and just be like, shh. And and then drive them along, but I could then still show up for soccer practices. I could still drop them off for school.
Yeah.
Pick 'em up, and do all the things that moms want to do and that I
That
was
flexibility.
important for me to be part of.
Yeah.
Yeah, real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was awesome. Like that was like, as I said, I felt like I got the perfect mix of still being able to be a mom, but my mind, my drive, mine, everything. I wasn't built, um, and I don't want to say to just stay home because that is not how I feel about it. I feel staying home is amazing.
Right.
But to be able to do both,
Yeah.
I felt like that was what was going to work best for
Where you can be present,
I
but
be-
also
Yeah, I mean, I probably wasn't that present in all honesty. Like I look back at some of those days and I'm like, how'd we get here? Yeah, I have no idea. But I have a very supportive husband. I have a husband that believed in my dream too. And so I feel so lucky and so grateful that he was like, yeah, you want to do real estate? We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
I'll do my job. We'll together, co-team these kids, what is that? Co-parent, co-cooperate and, making sure these kids get everywhere they need to
team
go.
up and
Yeah, team up.
get these kids.
Yeah, and I have to say this was one of my coolest moments ever because as a mom, oftentimes you're like, did I screw up my kids? Like they're in the car, like you're driving them, you're carpooling. We carpooled up from Utah County to Salt Lake County every day for soccer practice, and all three of my kids played soccer up in Salt Lake County. So
Yeah.
like you have to understand there were years where like it was wild. And yet, so I was like, they're going to be messed up from my I'm on the phone, all the stuff that I would do to be like, I've got to do business and we got to get you to the places we got to go.
Yeah.
But okay, so all those years happened. My kids later, they're all like grown adults now. But what was cool is a couple years ago, I was teaching a first-time home buyer class.
That's great.
And my kids all came and they had friends that were starting to buy houses.
They all support them. They literally bring their friends in. Like, yeah, it's beautiful.
So they were like, Mom, we have friends that want to hear about how to buy a home and da 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 da. And because I'm passionate about home ownership, I was like, yeah, bring them, send them. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So here I am teaching this class, and afterwards, my kids all come up to me and they're like, Mom, we're so proud of you. You are so amazing. Look at what you're doing. And you know what? that's the payday right there. Is better than anything else is that moment when, you're not sure. As a mom, sometimes you're chaotic. Real estate is chaos.
Yeah.
And so to be able to be in this chaotic life and yet still do your very best and show up all the different ways with all the different things. And then at the end of that day, when push comes to shove and you're wondering if you did it, and to have that moment unsolicited, to have your children say that, life is good.
Yeah.
Life is good.
That would like hit my heart.
It did. It did. And I've still seen
That is such an amazing.
So sorry, I know I chatted so long about that, but
No,
that's
but thank you so much for sharing your story. Like,
yeah.
it's amazing to see like how much support you have throughout the whole journey. So, and it goes a very long way. Yeah.
I've been so lucky to have a very supportive husband and children that are supportive, and now also a business partner as well.
Jamie, I would love to hear your story.
Well, you heard a little bit about it. I
Yes.
had my youngest and was like, don't want to go back to Verizon Wireless.
I don't want to go to a regular job
Where I
again.
was. And
Yeah.
it was like maternity leave. And anyways, but my dream really was to be able to do both. To just like Gayle explained, it's raising kids as a realtor mom. They're in the car, they're driving with you. We're going through McDonald's drive-through. We're like, there's a toy, whatever it is. You're at home, and all of a sudden they start fighting, and you're like running to your room, locking the door, running to the bathroom, into the closet. So it's my office where it was soundproof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is the whole life of 21 years raising children and running a business.
Yeah.
Oh, any woman ran business with children. I mean, I give a lot of props to because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of juggling.
Women have a unique experience that we get to. We get the distinct opportunity to birth children, to be the main, often the main caregiver, as well as to get the opportunity to go out and to build a business and to help others and be part of that.
Yeah.
And again, anyone who tells you it's not chaotic, they're lying. There were so many days you sit on the porch. I remember sitting on the porch crying, like, how do I balance life? How do I do this? So yes, hiding in the closet to do business.
Yes. Yeah. And it's been that way. And I think for my kids too, it's interesting as we evolve, grow, years move on. I'm really close to my kids. I've always, well, I was a single mom for 12 years. And so that's where I feel like they really saw me in a different light and had a lot of challenges throughout. Like when you talk about just real life and what that is with divorce and, navigating a business, running a business, continuing with that, and being able to show up in all of the ways. And I feel like for me, the reason why I got in was to have freedom. It was the freedom that I was craving and needed. And it's not our show up. It's not true, but well, I know it's not true, but it is. Yeah. Yes. You can create that. You can, decide what is your priority and what's important to you. And for both Gayle and I, family and children and kids and all of that that's what it is.
It's your why.
That's why we do it, right?
Yeah.
So when I feel like I got into the new construction part of it after my divorce. And I was kind of fighting it for some reason, but it ultimately was another form of education within the business. And it was the perfect timing actually for me to learn something new, to grow it within what I do. And also for my children to see a different side. And actually both of my kids have worked for the builders that I've worked with.
Oh no way.
I'm like, you're going to own homes. You're going to need to know how to fix them. And I actually need handymen in my home. So boys, I have two boys, 21 and 26.
Yeah.
They both worked. They're for like assistant superintendents, and they really kind of did the work. And so they understand a little bit.
Oh, it's
But at the end of the day, I feel like we know what our whys are. We know what's important for us. and we get to show up together in our business.
And the cool part right now is that because but like for me, and I would say the same for James, I think is that, in those early years, you're hustling, you're doing it different, and you have, um, again, you're still a main caregiver. And so
Yeah.
as our children are older, and like for me, I was like, okay, as soon as my kids are gone, this is my opportunity to build the business the way that I actually
Yeah.
like want to take care. And I keep saying this because this really was so important to me is
Yeah.
how can we take care of our clients the way that they want to, the way that I would want to be taken care of at a level that feels white glove for them.
Yeah.
To have it be an experience, not just a transaction.
Yeah.
And so that's the beauty of us coming together, taking the yin and yang, and finally getting to this point where we're like, okay, now between our skills, our experience, and everything, we get to now create and have created that next level of business for our clients.
If kids get to support us.
Yeah. Yeah.
They sound sweet. Really, we're helping their friends get into homes.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
It's
Yeah.
cool to see. With like more time, how do you feel like that's changed your business? What have you implemented in your business to kind of be able to give that extra care to your clients?
Um, Here's what I'd say right now. So what is on the forefront for us right now is AI.
Yeah.
This is huge. So our more recent like what the last couple of years, what we had done is, we had built these systems and these tools, and we had a vision of how we expected and how we wanted to see business be ran. And between the two of us and our experience and so on, we built that. And so that's what the last couple of years have been, is with that time and energy, we have built those systems in place. But now guess what? Where are we? The world is changing again. AI is
Changes so fast.
forefront
Yeah.
of what's happening. And so we have a unique experience and opportunity right now more than ever to implement AI and to actually help our clients more than ever.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what the gift is right now, is the gift of AI.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes it can take a while to get those like situated the way that you exactly want to, but it's so worth it.
Oh yeah,
It's so worth it.
for sure.
Can you guys talk about how you guys have kind of implemented that in your business?
Yeah, we're in the middle of it right now. We're really like in the depths. And I know that so my partner, he's also a realtor, and he started working with AI in a way with Chat GPT, where I was like, oh my gosh, like this is really helping him, and it's cutting time, and it's all of that. And so I was telling Gayle, I'm like, guess what Brand's doing over here? And, like we gotta know what he's doing. We need to pay attention. And so I started, talking to Chat and just the whole thing.
We were like, what's our birth chart? Tell us about our horoscope?
All of it.
We were doing all the things, and we were like,
I trusted him on a daily.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, and so it went from Chat to Gayle was introduced to Claude AI. And since then, it's like taken on it's a whole life of its own. And I love it because, I mean, we're not all techie, right?
Yeah, we are not tech.
We're not
Yeah.
tech. We want somebody to come help us with our tech, actually. We do. I'm putting it out there. Help. But at the end of the day, it like starts with Chat, moves to Claude, and Gayle's like, "Oh my gosh, I was in Mexico on a trip." She's like, "I can't wait for you to get home. I'm obsessed." And so
Yeah.
she really started digging in. Had a friend of ours sit down with her and go, "Look at how this is going to change your business." And we mentioned earlier that our assistant was incredible. Then she went back to Guam.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, we need to find another Sierra.
Yeah.
Over time, we realized that we actually don't want to replace what we had. We need to innovate. We need
our time back.
Right.
We need our time. So I think with AI, what's happening is everyone's like, oh, AI is going to take over. But my belief is that no. I mean, AI is going to, for us as real estate agents in the industry, most of us aren't good with paperwork. Our genius is our people. And for most, so I believe that AI will give us our genius back if we implement it right. What is most real estate agents? They love people. They love the experience. They either like the negotiation, they like the the emotional, all of that. And most of them aren't good at paperwork. And yet, in an industry or in a world right now where more than ever things are moving faster, moving quickly, people have access to all of this information. And so it's being able to get the information quicker. It's being able to then also on the backside have it given to them organized, well done, and then it gives us our genius to be able to be in front of them and creating the emotional response to be able to give us the time that we can actually go, hey, let's chat about this low appraisal that came in. Hey, let's talk about what happens next. Hey, let's talk about these inspection items and have these conversations. Or like yesterday, we had a client who is in the process of a divorce, and to be able to have a moment with him because we weren't rushing off, to be able to sit and connect with him in that moment. And that is what AI is going to give us back.
Yeah. AI handles the operational weight, and then we handle the human side.
Right.
It's really giving us that freedom. And that's what we wanted when we first got together. It's like, how could you show up for our people more without all of the, transaction, all the details, right? It could be handled differently. So we're seeing the genius in the opportunity of evolving.
How much time do you feel like AI has saved you or has given you back?
Well, right now, none. In the fact that we've just added more to our plate. We're building. We're in no.
Yep.
I'm up till 1 a.m. She's up till 3 a.m. And we're both over there like, oh, look at what AI can do. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. So no, we're in the exploration phase that any time that we gain, we're using on the other side for more exploration.
Yeah.
So no, there's no extra time at all.
That's to be determined in a
That will
couple
be
of months.
no, but like an email that would take us, 30, 40 minutes to put together, or whatever that is a 5-minute, 3-minute process now with our own tweaks and personalization.
Yeah.
And yet way better than anything I can put together that quickly, in all honesty. And yet, because again, I think our client, not, and I guess that's the other thing I wanted to say is not all of our clients are going to rush to AI.
Right.
And so again, being able to give them that knowledge, that information about community and pricing and all the stuff that may take us longer to dig out and put together can be done much quicker and much more organized and shared. And for those clients that, do have that information, then it is the emotional, availability that we have for them.
Yeah. Because you're the human to human touch.
That's right.
Yeah. I love that. With your guys' clients, how many touches are you guys doing with emails? Are you guys doing pop-bys, door knocking, cold calling? What are the ways you guys prospect or even retouch your SOI?
For me, it's mostly been retouch, like it's SOI.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time, 90% of my business is referral and just SOI. And so therefore it's really just staying in front of people, making sure that, you never have someone say, hey, are you still in real estate? So it's finding all the ways that anyone that's part of that sphere to be, hey, oh yeah, look what Gayle and Jaime are doing. Look what are doing. Look, da 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 da. And so to me, it's to remain relevant with social media. It's to make sure that our friends, our clients, our past, whatever, know, and that we can, even if they're just, hey, do you think I should do this remodel? Do you think I should do this repair? What do you think? That they remember to reach out to us and ask us those questions, and that we can help, even if they're not ready to do anything, but that we're the trusted people to reach out to.
Yeah, and we do events. So we, invite our past clientele out, and we do a lot of different events. Gayle's really passionate about teaching. And so those first-time homebuyer seminars,
Oh, yeah.
how, we connect in a lot of different ways where we're networking. So whether it's with our SOI or outside of it, I mean, Gayle is in that space where 24 years she's been on this track of building up those referrals. And that's what we all wanted, right? We all want to live in that space. And so for me, I did existing sales, and then I went into new construction, and I was working with builders for quite some time. So my network was agents. Gayle was who I was networking to at that time. Right? And
Yeah.
so I knew what I could. And she sent me newsletters and mailers, and I'm like, oh. So she was networking me too. So it's funny how that can change and shift. And me leaving, new construction and that kind of hustle, my network changed again. And so I've done quite a bit in the last couple of years of just like testing what I really want to do. But I'm I like a warm connection. So I've tried the cold calling.
She door knocked, she called. I mean, she did it all.
All, but I started the business door knocking, and that was how I succeeded. And so the success that came from that, that's just what I brought in when I started working with Gayle, where I'm like, I like knocking, I like talking to people. Like it's so, for me, it's just like
Knocking. I think I've knocked 5 doors.
and if I could get Gayle to come, I know, like, it's great day. We get to walk and talk and like chat with people. And she's like,
Oh, call me later.
let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I think there's all kinds of ways that we've explored every way of networking, but ultimately at the end of the
Events.
day, yeah, it's the events,
Classics.
yeah.
Those are our favorites.
And we have lots of different friend groups that we both like mingle amongst. And so I think networking can be a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Right? Our communities. Our communities. Yeah, we have lots of communities. And one thing that we've noticed is Gayle and I have always served the community in different ways, but I haven't talked about it. Like, it's like, how do you share that you're serving?
Because
Without it-
sent it.
Yeah.
It's been, I don't want to like, and this has been my thing is I'm like, James, like I don't like to, for me, it feels inauthentic to be like, hey, watch me do this. On social media when it comes to serving people, because that was ever my point.
I just wanted to serve. Just wanted to help. Yeah.
But as what we're like finding over kind of like, hey, we can share some of the things we're doing and include others. So for us, it was a shift in mindset. It's not like a look at me, but a hey, would you like to come and be included in it?
Yeah.
And that's been a cool mindset shift because as we are serving or doing different activities and events, we're getting others to be involved with us. And we're finding that instead it's more of a collaboration instead of a, so it was more of a mindset shift instead of a, shift in actual what we were doing.
Well, because we serve the homeless, and there's like a grassroots community that Gayle kind of brought me into, that's downtown Rio Grande. And so those are our Sunday mornings as we go and we serve the homeless. And this year, with our cute Sierra assistant, who is like, you guys can put this on social media. You can do this. You can. So we did a coat drive, and we were like, how many people that showed up that really was like looking for ways to serve, right? And amongst our friends, they'll drop clothes off and donations and stuff like that. But to just go, okay, social media, listen, we'd like for you to bring us some coats.
Yeah.
It was overwhelming, the response. And so I think that for us, we know a lot of like our purpose stepping into that, what that looks like, and being able to do both, being able to work and show up and be, feel like you're accomplishing what you want to with work that actually pays you to pay all of your bills. And then we get to spend our time where we're really passionate about serving our community in building ways.
Community.
And so truly, like, we're sitting with our coach earlier or at the end of 2025, and like, what are the 3 ways that you're going to, find clients?
Yeah.
And like, in my service work.
In my community.
Because then, guess what? I can go serve, and that's just what I naturally do. And it naturally just happens where it's like,
It's organic, which is what we are about. That's authenticity, organic. Like that is us. And so that's where, for me, as personally, it had been one of these weird. I was like, oh, this feels inauthentic.
Yeah.
So that was me. Jane was like, come on, we can do this. And I was like, and as soon as I was able to shift my mindset, things changed. And that was, again, there's another example of us working together to kind of move out and create something different. That was awesome.
Oh, that's so sweet, guys. But it actually looks like we're running out of time. So I would love to get your guys' opinion on if you guys had to restart your business today, even though you guys have already built communities, let's say without building a community with just like today's your first day license, what would you do? How would you start your business?
One of the things I would, and systems.
So
I know that sounds so weird, but I was one of those, and by nature of me, I like to reinvent the wheel. I like to touch the hot stove. I like to learn everything. And I wouldn't do it that way this time. I wouldn't. I would create system. And again, people, I mean, like years ago, people were saying it. And somehow it didn't, it didn't pertain to me, which is so crazy. So I'm like, no, I think if I were to do it again, I would do the systems right up front. And you know what? I would, yeah, I'd do systems right up front. Systems were important to me. And it gives, again, I think systems put your time back to you. It allows the process without having to reinvent the wheel every time.
Yeah. What about you, Jamie?
I would scout out the best team that aligns with me.
Yeah.
And so I think that teams are super powerful. And I didn't realize that the first half of my career, doing it alone. And so really seeing how teams can propel you. I mean, you learn so much within that environment. So I think, I mean, my oldest started doing school. So he started school for real estate. Yeah. He started to get his license and then he had a shift and it changed. But I thought, okay, what team is he going to work with? Like, who is he going to go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's
Because
going to align
that's
with
how
him?
I feel like for a new agent coming into this business, doing it alone will take so long.
Yeah.
And so whether you're working with AI or you're working with a team who has that structure, who has the systems, who has all of that you're going to learn from, that's how I would start.
Yeah. And even knowing that maybe like you go to a team and you are there for a while and maybe it wasn't what you thought and it's okay to just walk away from that.
First
And
experience. So this is my first experience with a team
yeah.
was I was just in. So I had the exact opposite experiences that I was doing it by myself and I was doing all right. And I had I wouldn't like some people that asked me to be part of their team. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. So I sat in a dusty old trailer on the side of the road with no bathroom
Oh.
for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And didn't get any leads. And the only leads that I sent were ones that I ended up giving to them, the team.
Oh no.
This is like, I'm never doing a team again. I'm done with team. So or me. Yeah. No, so I was like, never work with a team. So again,
Yeah.
like it was just a bad experience.
And then I like, knock, knock, knock. Hi. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
I know,
You ready to become a team?
It's beautiful. Like it was beautiful that, and again, I was at a place, we were both at these beautiful places where we're like, this is exactly what needs to be at this.
You had to find your person.
Yes.
You
Yes,
had to find that
I
team.
didn't find the right team.
Yeah.
And that was, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. Like, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Yes. No, thank you for inviting us. This has been wonderful.
You're awesome.
You guys are so sweet. And we will catch you guys on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.